Democrats continue defending lawless sanctuary city policies, while Republicans argue those policies make our communities less safe. That's exactly what sparked a heated debate in the House this week, and now the Five is breaking down the entire disaster. But before we begin, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot against the mainstream media algorithm. All right, let's get into it.
Republican Congressman Mike Lawler making music of his own, absolutely torching Democrats who acted like total nimrods during a House hearing on sanctuary city policies. The liberal lawmakers interrupting Lawler while he was trying to introduce the mother of Sheridan Gorman, the 18-year-old Loyola College student who was horrifically shot and killed last March, allegedly by an illegal immigrant.
Unfortunately, this hearing is, it's the fourth time in this committee that we've had a hearing on sanctuary cities, the fourth time. And there's many other things that we could be doing other than this.
The same outrage you feel about Renee Good and Alex Preddy, you should feel about Sheridan Gorman and Laken Riley and every Angel family in this country.
I do feel that outrage.
You do not. Because if you did, you would not support sanctuary
jurisdiction. Do you feel the outrage about Alex Preddy and Renee Good? You should be ashamed of yourself. You don't belong in this committee. You should get the hell out of here. You don't.
My goodness, Sheridan Gorman's mother, Jessica, then responding with very emotional testimony, calling out the Democrats for dismissing her daughter's death.
Thanks for telling me without telling me that, you know, you're here, but you don't want to be. Thanks for telling me you don't care. This cannot be buried under your slogans, your statistics or excuses. We choose you. Choose us. Why does my child matter less than an illegal immigrant? Why?
I mean, Jessica, shouldn't it be about preserving all life? I think that was the point that Congressman Lawler was trying to make, that, yes, you know, we can talk about Renee Good and Alex Preddy and how, you know, they should not have been killed, but also in the same breath, you can talk about these young women especially who were just mowed down heartlessly in the prime of their lives.
Absolutely. I thought it was an ugly scene across the board and that everyone, frankly, could have made their arguments a little bit better. I think that the Republicans did not do a good enough job talking about what happened with Alex Preddy and Renee Good. And I think that if you are especially in the presence of an angel mom, you keep that kind of opinion to yourself if you are bored. And I was thinking about who gets invited to the State of the Union, right? Who the individual representatives invite. And Republicans, you know, and President Trump has invited angel moms before, right? And Democrats invite the parents of gun violence victims, right? A Sandy Hook parent or a Parkland parent. It shouldn't be that way. Both parties should support families that have been robbed of their children, especially if there is a way for the government to make it better, whether that is gun safety measures or tougher immigration reform. I cannot even imagine the pain that Jessica Gorman has been going through, and I think it's a very ugly look.
Jayapal, is that how you say it?
Yep,
yeah, it just seems clearly she was inconvenienced. It's like, this again? And I'm sure in her head, she's thinking that, here we go, Republicans are exploiting suffering to score a political point. Well, what else would you do? We're trying to stop a policy that led to this murder. And you should see the suffering that your policy caused. This is the only time you'll probably see it, since as a powerful person, you're divorced from the policies that you unload on other people. The great harm of sanctuary cities, obviously, is death. People die, but it also creates suspicion where there wasn't any before. You know, when you're walking down 6th Avenue, especially when they dumped all of those illegals in the hotels, when they first did it was what, last year? No, it was 2024, maybe 2023. You could walk down 6th Avenue at 10 p.m. and just assume that people walking towards you were reasonably trustworthy. Because if they weren't, why would they be there? They would be in jail or somewhere. They wouldn't be just walking around the streets. So again, I'm talking about the attack on trust, that in America, there is an assumption of security and trust. The whole place is a sanctuary for the law-abiding. We're all here assuming we're protected, and then it's being undermined when they say illegal felons are being protected, felons who can't afford bail are released on the streets. So suddenly when you're walking down the street, you got to think twice. They will not hand over felons to ICE. They will shield them. What does that do to every other citizen? So what happens is you end up looking at people of a certain age and complexion with a heightened awareness, when in fact they don't deserve it. So ironically, sanctuary cities creates this kind of, they would call it racism, when in fact it's a survival instinct, because we no longer know who's here legally or who isn't.
These radical Democrats are still out here protecting alien criminals, while innocent Americans pay the ultimate price for their failed agenda. Jessica Tarlov trying to deflect the blame during this segment is pure sickness, but it's exactly what the left always does when they get cornered by facts. The reality is simple. Every single one of these heartbreaking sanctuary city crimes was 100% preventable if our laws were actually enforced, and these violent thugs were handed straight over to ICE instead of being shielded by radical local politicians. Greg Gutfeld absolutely nailed it. These leftist elites never have to deal with the chaos and blood on the streets because they are hiding out in their high-security, gated communities. They don't live in the neighborhoods being destroyed by their garbage policies. Just look at the massive contrast in who each party stands with at major political events. Democrats constantly parade victims around to push their gun control agenda and strip away your Second Amendment, while Republicans actually stand shoulder to shoulder with the grieving families who lost loved ones to illegal alien violence. One side wants political points, the other side wants public safety and law and order. Local law enforcement needs to cooperate with federal immigration law, period. No more excuses. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to keep the truth moving. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!